Yes. Hi and hello everyone. तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? I hope so all of you are doing well. So welcome to another session of the master series for grade 10. Okay. And today we are going to move on to the next chapter जो circles है. So if you are someone who has newly joined this session and doesn't know exactly कि master series है क्या, so we have this series for class 9 and class 10. So what we are going to do in here is हम एनसीईआरटी में हर चैप्टर को कवर करने जा रहे हैं एंड along with that first of all जैसे सर्कल्स हैं so what we are going to do is first of all understand the concepts जो भी related है उस चैप्टर से. Once we are done with the concepts then we are going to move into the एनसीईआरटी के exercises. हम हर question solve करेंगे and देखेंगे that what is the application of the concepts that we have understood, right? So this is very helpful for those who want to give the CUET GET का exam or IMB UG का exam because NCERT for class 10th NCERT of class 10th is also included in the IMB UG का syllabus, right? So if you want to attend these sessions live, for class 9 it's every Monday at 7 p.m. and for class 10 it is every Friday at 7 p.m. So the timing is the same, it's just the days which are different. So accordingly आप live sessions भी attend कर सकते हैं. And if you want to watch the previous sessions जो हो चुके हैं उसके लिए I would suggest to check out the Career Launcher CUET का channel where you will find separate playlist for class 9 and 10. Okay, so over there are around 20 sessions या lectures जो हो चुके हैं previously and around 25 to 30 minutes का ही session होता है, so you can definitely watch them out, right? And now if I am audible, yes, okay, so we are good to proceed now. So today like I said सबसे पहले हम definitions देख लेते हैं जो भी helpful है हमारे लिए. The first definition is the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So for instance this is my center है ना, और यहाँ से ये क्या length होगी, this is my radius, right? So this will be my radius. So what is the question or the theorem is saying is जो tangent है at any point of a circle, so tangent is basically a straight line which touches the circle only at one point. ठीक है, तो tangent की yes, so tangent की खासियत ये है कि only at one point it intersects or touches the circle. So for instance ये मेरे पास एक tangent है, ठीक है, so this is my PQ tangent. Like I said it is a straight line, but the खासियत ये है कि it will make 90 degree with the radius through the point of contact. Okay, so as you can see if this is my AB, so AB will be perpendicular to PQ. That is what my theorem is saying, right? And this is very helpful and important आगे के questions में या sessions में, क्योंकि we never know that what if this property of circles is being used in any of the questions, right? Now first of all one short question from exercise 10.1 कि tangent तो समझ लिया है and what does it do with respect to the radius? It makes 90 degree, right? But how many such tangents can exist? See, how many points do I have on a circle? Can I say infinite? There are infinite points on a circle. Thus, I can make infinite many tangents. Infinite many tangents. I can make it here. I can make it here. I can make it here. And so on. जितने भी points lie कर रहे हैं उनके हिसाब से मैं tangent भी बना सकती हूँ. So it means irrespective of my center, irrespective of my radius, there are infinite many tangents in any particular circle that you are dealing with, right? Now moving on to the next one. So this is a question. तो इस पे based हम एक question कर लेते हैं जल्दी से. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 meets a line through the center O at a point Q so that OQ is equal to 12 centimeter. So first of all एक circle बना लेते हैं. So this is my circle that I am dealing with. Now they are saying कि there is a tangent PQ, ठीक है, and point P पे, point P is the point where it is touching the circle. So for instance this is my tangent. So over here P है and Q है यहाँ पे by chance. The radius, so for instance, this is my center. So the radius is how much? So यहाँ से अगर मैं join कर दूँ दोनों को, so it is 5. Meets a line through the center to a point Q. ठीक है? OQ is, for instance, this is my O. O is the center. It is 12 centimeter. So what is the length of PQ? So ये question है मेरे पास कि ये कितना होगा? So you know that my radius makes 90 degree with respect to the tangent. So I can apply Pythagoras theorem. है ना? So Pythagoras theorem अगर हम लगाते हैं, OQ square is equal to OP square plus PQ square. So OQ is 12 square, which is equal to 5 square plus PQ square. So the value of PQ square is how much? 144 minus 25 or 119. तो PQ की value क्या आ जाएगी? So remove the square, so it will be under root of 119. So it means ये जो length है, it is under root of 119. So option D is correct. So this is a quick application जो हमने theorem पढ़ा है 10.1. With the help of that, I was able to apply the Pythagoras theorem. अगर ये 90 डिग्री नहीं होता so मैं अप्लाई नहीं कर पाती, right? Now, how many tangents do I have in a particular circle? So कुछ cases हैं उन्हें समझना पड़ेगा. Case 1 है that what if कोई tangent ही नहीं है, which is passing through a point lying inside the circle. Now this is the situation that we are dealing with. What if I am dealing with a circle जहाँ पे कोई tangent ही नहीं है, right? So there is a possibility कि जो भी lines है या तो वो inside the circle जाके intersect कर रहे हैं. So this is the point P where there are 3 lines, as you can see. They are intersecting but inside the circle. So it means there is no tangent. Case 2 is what if एक है हमारे पास, there is one and only tangent जो एक point होगा circle पे, उसको touch करेगा and उससे pass कर जाएगा. Something like this. So in this case, the same result applies कि जो भी angle बनेगा, if I'm dropping a straight line from center, from the radius, जो radius है हमारे पास basically, so it will be 90 degree with the tangent. Now what if we have two tangents? तो ये situation रहेगा that T1P and T2P will be the two tangents, right? And there is a special case that we have. If you have two tangents, they will be of equal length. So what do I mean by this is, if this is my theorem 10.2, the lengths of the tangents drawn from an external point, अगर मैं बाहर circle के बाहर से कोई भी एक point choose कर लेती हूँ, for instance this is P, and I'm making two tangents, the first one is PQ and the other one is PR, the lengths will be equal to each other. Okay, so this is a very important result, हम आगे भी apply करेंगे. And not only that, अगर आपको yes, congruency का concept याद है, if you remember the concept of congruency, if I will observe OQOP, the triangle, and ORP, can I say angle Q is equal to angle R because they're 90 degree? है ना? If I'm dropping a straight line from the center onto the tangent, it makes 90 degree. So each is 90 degree. PO is common, right? Is there anything else that we can see? They are equal. Yes, the tangent is equal. PQ is equal to PR. So इससे क्या समझ आता है? That these two triangles are congruent to each other, right? And when they are congruent, by CPCT, I can say that this angle 1 is equal to this angle 2. So ये remark उसी में से derive हो रहा है that my angle OPQ is equal to OPR. ठीक है? So in short, what I can say is, जो भी ये line OP है, it acts as an angle bisector of my bigger angle QPR. Okay? So ये result भी हम use करने जा रहे हैं exercise में. So please be focused, right? So दो theorems हमने majorly देखे हैं, that the length of the tangent from an external point is equal, and ये दो angles जो हैं equal रहेंगे. Now this is the next question. This is from the exercise 10.2. From a point Q, the length of the tangent is 24 centimeter and the distance Q from the center is 25. So what is the radius? So जल्दी से सोचिए. In the case of circles, the major issue is that you have to draw a diagram associated to the question. एंड इफ यू आर एबल टू डू सो देन अच्छी बात है, बट नहीं बना पा रहे हो तो वही एक डिफिकल्ट टास्क हो जाता है, राइट? सो रीड दिस क्वेश्चन केयरफुली एंड थिंक कि हम कैसे बना सकते हैं इस डायग्राम को. So, सबसे पहले तो वी विल हैव टू मेक अ सर्कल. Then for instance this is the center O and this is my tangent. Now length of the tangent is 25. So for instance O P Q, ठीक है, इसको हम Q रख देते हैं. So PQ जो है मुझे length of the tangent is given on to be 24 and from the center to Q it is 25. So this is 24 and this is 25. ये जो OP है ना यही मेरा radius है. So I'll have to calculate the radius or basically the length of OP, and I know that OP is perpendicular to PQ, so I can apply Pythagoras theorem directly. So we can say 25 square is equal to 24 square plus OP square. So we can find the value of OP. So calculate this and see how much are you getting. If OP square is 49, OP should be 7 centimeter, or option A should be right. I hope so this is making sense to all of you. Shall we move on to the next question? Yes. So we are given a figure 10.11 where TP and TQ are two tangents. अब circle भी है हमारे पास, we have the center at O and the angle is given to you which is POQ. The angle PTQ is equal to what? So just remember one thing. किसी भी quadrilateral में, for instance if my quadrilateral is POQT, what is the sum of angles? If I'm going to look into the sum of angles, angle P plus angle T plus angle O plus angle Q is equal to 360 degrees. Right? So I know one of the angles जो O है, but what about angle P and Q? Simple concept. If I'm dropping a straight line PO, it is definitely going to be perpendicular to PT. And the same is true in the case of OQ. If I'm dropping a straight line from my center, it is going to be perpendicular to QT, sorry. So it means I know two of these angles. My P is 90 degree. T तो मुझे पता नहीं है, that is what we have to find. O is 110 and the other one is 90. So इसे हमें solve करने पड़ेगा such that I'll get the angle PTQ. So solve this down and tell me how much are you getting? If you are going to solve this down, you will get how much? So in this case, we are basically just applying the angle sum property in the case of a quadrilateral. So this is going to be 70. So option B is right. Now let's look into the next question. So read this question carefully and देखिए कि क्या concept लग सकता है. We have tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle. Center is 0, O. And they're inclined in such a way that they are making 80 degrees. So what is the angle POQ? So first of all, let's make a circle. So from a point P, for instance, somewhere over here, we have the point P. So PA, let's make it correctly because a tangent है. So ऐसे touch करते हुए जाएगा, and over here also this is a straight line which is touching the circle at one point and is a tangent. So for instance, this is my point A and this is my point B and they are inclined to each other. Inclined मतलब वो इस तरह incline या फिर एक angle बना रहे हैं which is 80 degrees. Okay. Now what is the angle POQ? So first of all, यहाँ पे for instance we have O which is the center. I'll extend this. तो ये तो सबसे पहले 90 डिग्री बनाएगा. Every time जब भी हम सेंटर से एक स्ट्रेट लाइन ड्रॉप करते हैं tangent पे, it always makes 90 degree. Now POA. So this is the division sort of. Now if you remember, I'll come back here. हमने क्या पढ़ा? If we have a tangent, the angle 1 is equal to angle 2. ये जो दो angles हैं, they are equal to each other. So it means PO is acting as the angle bisector, right? So in this case also, can I say OP will act as the angle bisector, right? And it will divide my angle APB, which is 80 degrees, into such a way वो half हो जाएगा, right? So if I'm dividing this, it means 40 degrees and 40 degrees में divide हो जाएगा वो. And but I want is ये वाला angle, which is angle X. Now I can apply the angle sum property in my given triangle किसमें? PAO. So 40 degrees plus 90 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree. And what is the value of X? ये तो आपको calculate करना है. So जल्दी से बताइए calculate करके कितना आ रहा है? So option A should be correct. 50 आ रहा है answer. So option A is correct in the situation. Now read this question carefully. I'll give you 10 to 15 seconds. पहले आप डायग्राम बनाने की कोशिश करिए, फिर हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि आगे क्या होगा. The length of a tangent from a point A at a distance of 5 cm from the center is 4. So for instance, ये मेरे पास एक circle है. This is my center. So the length of the tangent from the point A. So for instance, this is my point A. तो एक tangent है जो यहाँ से pass हो रहा है. And यहाँ पे मैं already एक perpendicular बना देती हूँ. So this is for instance B. Now the length of this tangent is 5 centimeter. Okay, it is 4. तो ये है 4 centimeter. Right? But what about this distance? अगर ये O है, the distance from the center to the point A is 5 centimeter. ठीक है? तो ये diagram हमें given है. And now we have to find the radius. So again I can apply Pythagoras theorem, which is what? OA square is equal to OB square plus BA square, which is 25 is equal to, I don't know कि OB की क्या value है, and BA square is 16. So it means my OB is equal to, OB square is equal to 9 or OB is equal to 3. ठीक है? So this will be 3 centimeters and we are done with this question also. Now the next one. Two concentric circles. Concentric circles होते हैं in which there is a circle lying inside another one. Something like this. Right? So there are two concentric circles of the radius 5 and 3. So for instance, ये जो छोटा वाला है, this is of 3 centimeters का radius, and the bigger one जो ये proper है, for instance, this is O, P, B. ठीक है, यहाँ से हम एक perpendicular draw कर लेते हैं, and this is 90 degree, and for instance, this is D. And over here, यहाँ पे E and F भी कर लेते हैं. So OF is equal to OE, which is equal to the radius of the smaller circle, which is what? 3 centimeters, and that of OB and OP, this should be equal to the radius of the bigger circle, which is 5. So in this case, पूछा क्या जा रहा है exactly is find the length of the chord of the larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So if you will see, PDB is acting as the chord of the bigger circle, but it is touching the smaller circle at one point. Right? So मुझे find करना है what is the length of PDB. ठीक है? So in this case मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ? For instance मैं एक triangle दिखा देती हूँ on a bigger perspective. For instance, this is 5, which is the radius of the bigger circle. एंड यहाँ से हम परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप कर ही रहे हैं. नाउ डू आई नो दिस लेंथ? क्या हमें पता? Yes, it is the radius of the smaller circle. So can I apply Pythagoras theorem in either of the triangles? दोनों से मुझे सेम ही वैल्यू मिलेगा. So this is what? O, D, B and this is P. OB square is equal to OD square plus DB square. So मैं यहाँ से सीधा DB square निकाल सकती हूँ which is 25 minus 9 और 16. So DB मुझे मिल जाएगा 4. So this is my 4 centimeter. ये भी 4 centimeter आएगा which is PD. And the sum of PD and DB will give me the total length. So it is what? 4 plus 4, it is equal to 8. So ये question भी हो जाता है. Just diagram ऐसे बनाएंगे such that हम solve कर सकें. Right? So I hope so there is no trouble in this question. Concentric circles का concept लगाया है. 90 degree कब बनता है उसका concept लगाया है. And basic Pythagoras theorem. अब हम देखते हैं next question. This is the next question. There is a quadrilateral ABCD and is drawn to circumscribe a circle. ठीक है? So circumscribe a circle means there is a quadrilateral जिसके अंदर एक circle है. Right? So we need to prove this expression. अब मैं एक बार वापस से पीछे जाऊंगी. एक concept को हमें revise करना है. This one. The lengths of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle is equal. So it means क्या मैं ये ऑब्जर्व कर सकती हूँ यहाँ पे एज एन एग्जाम्पल एस ए शुड बी इक्वल टू ए पी है ना. एस ए एक टैंजेंट की तरह एक्ट कर रहा है एंड ए पी इज ऑल्सो एक्टिंग एज अ टैंजेंट, सो बोथ ऑफ देम शुड बी इक्वल टू ईच अदर. सिमिलरली पी बी is acting as a tangent and BQ is also acting as a tangent which is drawn from the same external point B. So they should be equal to each other. So इससे ये समझ आ रहा है कि मैं ये कॉन्सेप्ट तो लगा सकती हूँ थ्रू आउट माई गिवन क्वाड्रिलेटरल ABCD. But how do I find or prove that this expression is equal to AD plus BC? So what you're going to do is, for instance, this is x. PB को हमने x मान लिया. किसको माना है? PB को. So it means my QB should be equal to x. How can I write CQ? Can I write CQ as total length BC में से मैंने माइनस कर दिया x को. So मुझे CQ का लेंथ मिल गया. Now if CQ is BC minus x, the same has to be true for RC, which is what? BC minus x. Now how can I express DR as? मैं DC में से पूरा ये लेंथ सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देती हूँ, which is BC minus x. अब dr and ds equal हो जाएगा because I am making two tangents, dr and ds from the same external point which is d. So it means dc minus bc minus x. अब मैं as को कैसे लिख सकती हूँ? From the total length dA, I'll subtract dc minus bc minus x, right? And it means my AP should also be AB, sorry. My AP should also be equal to the same thing जो मैंने अभी just लिखा. You must be wondering कि exactly चल क्या रहा है, but have some patience. Now I'll just come to the main point. AB को कैसे express कर सकते हैं? AP plus PB. What is my AP? DA minus DC minus. I'm going to open up the brackets now. BC plus X. ठीक है? Yeah. And then I have PB क्या है? X है. So DA minus DC plus BC minus X plus X. So I'm going to cancel out X, right? And what is this whole expression equal to? AB. So AB plus DC is equal to DA plus BC. And I have got the same expression जो मुझे prove करना था. Right? So this proof is easy if you are just trying the same theorem properly every time. ठीक है? I hope so this question is clear. बहुत different है, but it's interesting. Now the final question. The final question is, there is a triangle ABC which is drawn to circumscribe a circle. So again, the same term circumscribe a circle means एक triangle में एक circle है which is having the radius as 4 centimeter. So for instance, this is my 4 centimeter which is OD, and मैं इसको कुछ sections में divide कर रही हूँ. Just focus on the main points. For instance, if I'm joining OA, OC and OB. Okay, so this is just a part of the solution. So it is given to me length 8 centimeter है 6 centimeter. I hope so आपने question पढ़ लिया है. Find the sides AB and AC. So can I apply the same concept? For instance, ये मेरे पास है F and E. ठीक है? So can I say CD should be equal to CF because they are tangents from the same external point C. So this should be equal to 6 centimeters. So we have got 6. And on a similar line, DB is equal to BE, which is equal to 8 centimeters. Because of the same reason, हम tangents बना रहे हैं from the same external point B. So this is your 8 centimeter. Now, if I want to find the length AB and AC, I'll have to assume AE has some x because I don't know the value of x. And अगर AE x है, तो AF भी x होगा. Same external point A से हम tangents बना रहे हैं, right? So they should be equal to each other. तो यहाँ तक तो हो गया, well and good. Now how do I find the value of x, right? So for instance, now focus on the fact कि एक aim रखते हैं that I want to calculate the area of the triangle ACB or ABC, जो भी कह लो आप. Can I say it is basically the area of the triangle COB plus area of the triangle BOA plus area of the triangle AOC, right? So with this calculation, I should get the area of the bigger triangle, which is ABC, right? So what is the area of COB? Can I say it is half into base into height? कह सकते हैं. Half into base, 6 plus 8 is 14 into height is 4 plus half into, अब BOA में my base is 8 plus x. My height is the same. Height क्या है? 4. The radius is 4. So it is going to be the same plus half into base is x plus 6 into height which is 4. You have to solve this whole expression and आपको एक final equation मिलेगी. If you are going to add all of this, you should get 4x plus 56 as the area. No, the area is definitely going to be in terms of x क्योंकि मुझे x की value तो पता ही नहीं है, right? So that is what we are going to find in the upcoming calculations. Now the next thing is, do I know any other approach of calculating the area of any triangle? We know Heron's formula. So Heron's formula is applicable for any triangle, but उसके लिए मुझे दो चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. S, which is called as the semi-perimeter, which is equal to A plus B plus C divided by 2. So यहाँ पे A, B, C is the respective lengths of any triangle. If I know the lengths of the sides A, B, C, I can simply add them out. Divided by 2, you will get the value of S. Now area calculate हम कर सकते हैं under root of S, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. अब हमें ये value substitute करनी पड़ेंगी, assuming the fact that my A is what? 6 plus x, B is 8 plus x. It's up to you, you can assume anything. Order does not matter here because eventually you are going to add. And C is 14, 8 plus 6. So I'm going to do the same thing. सबसे पहले हम S find कर लेते हैं. Add all of these. 14 plus 8 plus 6 plus how many times x? 2 divided by 2. So 14 plus 14, 28 plus 2x divided by 2, or 14 plus x is the value of S. Now I'm going to substitute the same S here, which is 14 plus x. So 14 plus x minus 14, 14 plus x minus, what is the other? 8. 6 minus x and 14 plus x minus 8 minus x. So I am substituting the value of ABC जैसे जैसे हम देख रहे हैं. So I can cancel out the value of x, and what I'm having is 14 plus x into x. 14 minus ये तो चलो ये हो जाएगा मेरे पास. Now it means this second equation should be equal to the first equation, because irrespective of the approach that we are applying, the area is going to be the same. So you are going to equate these two equations. If you want to get rid of the under root, आपको square करना पड़ेगा equation 2 को. And then what I can say is, let's square both sides. 8 into 6 into x. This is equal to 4x plus 56 का whole square. So you have to solve this equation to get the final value for x. So do this and see how much are you getting. So if you will see, the value of x should come out to be 7 centimeters. So if x is 7 centimeters, आप यहाँ पे substitute करेंगे, and then you can find the respective lengths of the side AB and AC. So if you will see, AB is what? 7 plus 8, which is 15, and AC is 7 plus 6, which is 13. So respectively, 15 and 13. So 15 and 13 centimeters will be the respective lengths of AB and AC. So this question is a bit lengthy, but with the help of Heron's formula, we were able to do this question, right? And this completes the whole chapter circles. So within 30 minutes, we have completed this chapter and the session itself. So if you guys have any doubts or queries, please write them down in the chat section. And thank you so much, everyone, those who have attended this. So please subscribe, like, and share with your friends as well.